Good morning. It is the appointed time to call the May 23rd, 2013 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust to order. Our first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the April 25th, 2013 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting.
Move approval.
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Please cast your votes. And it is so ordered. Director's report. No, wait a minute. We need to approve first the official Airport Trust proposed budget for the fiscal year.
And Mr. Chairman, I do have a presentation this morning before we ask your consideration for approval. We first compare the fiscal year 2014 budget to this year's budget, and you can see that our total budget for FY 2014 is $116,549,000. The major differences in the operating budget is the difference of about $5 million where we're budgeting less money in the reserves account, which is basically estimated funds next year that we're planning to use for future capital. And we do have a significant increase in the capital budget, and that's because of several major construction projects next year. Moving to the sources of funds, we talk about airport charges to our tenants and our users at the airport. Total airport charges of $57,601,000. Building rents are comprised of lease payments, such as the terminal and cargo building, Federal Transfer Center, and other buildings and hangars at our 3 airports. Landing fee revenues are charged to passengers and freight carriers based on cost recovery. We charge $2.84 per 1,000 pounds of landed weight. Our parking revenues are related to our public parking operation for our garages and our surface parking lots. And then our concessions revenues are related to the food and beverage, the retail, and rental car concessions in the terminal building. Fuel sales revenues are the fuel flowage fee of 8 cents per gallon that is charged for those tenants who have either retail fueling privileges or self-fueling operations. And total other airport charges are maintenance reimbursements through lease agreements that include ground rents and apron fees. Other sources of funds include oil and gas revenue, which has been stable for the last few years. Interest on investments is still low due to yields being lower than in past years. Revenues for the passenger facility charges, this supplements the capital program. Customer facility charges, this is a new revenue source based on the $4.50 customer facility charge related to our rental car program for the consolidated rental car facility. And then each year we get significant federal and state participation, primarily from the FAA in the form of airport grants, but also the last couple of years significant dollars from the Transportation Security Administration, and this year because of the checked baggage inspection system project. We also so total other revenue is $30,986,000. We also have carryover of $13,042,000. Carryover represents the escrowed account for the Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center, and also includes prior year revenues to support our capital program. And then revenue bond proceeds are the funds of portions of bond revenues that we intend to spend on construction, $14,920,000. So the total sources of funds include the carryover, bond proceeds, and projected revenues of $88,586,000 to comprise the trust budget. On the uses of funds, operating expenditures, other services and fees, the first line, $9,566,000, represents 4 major contracts: the parking operation, our janitorial services contract, the aircraft rescue and firefighting operation, and our supplemental security contract. Commodities are various materials and supplies. Debt requirements on facilities that had been financed through the issuance of bonds, primarily the terminal renovation and the recent 5-story parking garage. We have the transfer to the airport's cash fund, which is a separate fund for airport salaries and benefits and other services and supplies. Total operating expenditures, $49,043,000. I mentioned the reserves before. Again, these are the estimated funds that go into the 2014 budget that will be used for future capital. And the capital outlay, as I discussed above, balancing the budget, $116,549,000. I want to talk about several projects that we've completed. Some of these are multi-year projects with the amounts this fiscal year that we're spending on them. The FAA project to do the realignment and reconstruction of taxiway H. This is to change that taxiway from asphalt to concrete and make it at more full strength to get ready for development on the east side of the airport. We also had completed the Phase 2 project with the closed circuit television. We had Phase 1 and Phase 2 that basically adds 460 cameras to the terminal building complex, and also you see in the photo the new police dispatch with several monitors. This was a 100% TSA reimbursable agreement. We also completed the design for the realignment of Portland Avenue from Southwest 74th Street north to Southwest 54th Street. And we had another FAA project to rehabilitate concrete joints on our east parallel runway. We also had an upgrade to our parking lot, surface lot number 2. This is the parking lot that's just north of our parking parking garage, excuse me. We also paved and constructed a perimeter road around the east parallel runway. This was to eliminate vehicle crossings the runway. And we're in the process of completing our terminal seating replacement project. Over 1,600 chairs we're reconditioning with new fabrics and cushions. And we're also, in many of these chair locations, adding power strips because of the number of mobile devices passengers and the public carry these days. We have a list of other projects we completed this year for a total of $13,871,000. On the general aviation side, Wiley Post didn't have any significant projects on the airfield, but Clarence E. Page Airport did. $2,728,000 for a major project that basically touched just about all the pavement and airfield lighting. Total projects for general aviation, $2,752,000. At Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center, a growing line of business for us continues to be growing each year. We maintain over 2.6 million square feet of rooftops, and this is one project we completed for the Air Navigation Facility 2 roof replacement project. We're also replacing many HVAC mechanical equipment in several buildings for the FY 2011 projects. And then we had a couple of incidental projects. So total cost of completed projects at Mike Monroney this year is $7,376,000. Switching back to Will Rogers for ongoing and new projects, even on this trust this morning, we have a bid to be approved to go out for bid, an item to replace 46,000 square foot of carpet in the first and second levels of the terminal building. The consolidated rental car facility is estimated to be about $32 million, and this is the money we intend to spend on next fiscal year. We are past 65% design now. We're preparing final cost estimates, and we hope that we're in final negotiations with the 9 rental car companies which will be operating in the facility. Another multi-year project, $3.8 million total, but we'll be finishing up in 2014, $900,000 for the rehabilitation of our original 5- and 2-story parking garage renovation. This is also electrical and lighting repairs that will be in the entire garages. We also have a tunnel between Station 6 and the new 5-story that extends all the way to the terminal complex. We are exploring ways to enhance the tunnel. I just wanted to show you a very early rendition of some of what the consultants are working on, and we'll bring a more fully developed concept to you in the future. The checked baggage inspection system is a multi-year project as well. It is out for bid at this time, and this is the budgeted money we're planning to spend in 2014. Advantages of this system is it has redundancy. It's an inline system which will give us enhanced screening and security at the airport. Also, the realignment of Portland Avenue will begin. The bids for this project have already come in. After some utility relocations, this project will start construction from the Southwest 104th Street going north to Southwest 74th Street later this fall. We have additional projects at Will Rogers World Airport we'll be doing, primarily related to facility maintenance and infrastructure. I want to call out one here in the middle of the page, the signage study. We're eager to get underway with to improve the wayfinding from Airport Road into the terminal and outbound, and also do some signage studies in the airport terminal complex. Other ongoing projects, we also always have airfield projects and roof replacement, equipment, and other improvements. So total all projects for Will Rogers for next fiscal year are $49,271,000. We have several incidental projects which are either ongoing or will be new for next year in the general aviation arena. Again, these are mainly facility maintenance and infrastructure projects, and the total projects we're projecting $1,558,000. At Mike Monroney, we'll continue doing heat and air system replacements in various buildings. This will be a multi-year project for a couple of more years. We'll be continuing with roof replacements, the Academy headquarters roof replacement project, as well as the radar training facility, storefront roof, and we'll also do some slab repairs. Other Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center projects, primarily on the facility maintenance and infrastructure improvements. The total of all projects, $14,685,000. We always show at the end of our presentation the summary of our projects. We break it down by airport, but we do call out Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center as our major line of business. So again, the capital outlay, $65,514,000. And in the table below, you see on the far left the FAA Airport Improvement Program and the Transportation Security Administration providing grants and reimbursable agreements. A significant amount of our revenue for the capital program comes from those sources. On the PFC, or the Passenger Facility Charge, this is related to the checked baggage inspection system. And then the CFC is the Customer Facility Charge that's related to the new consolidated rental car facility construction. Tenant maintenance funds are in our lease agreements. We have facility maintenance where tenants pay into an escrow account, and if we need to replace a roof on a tenant project, that's how we obtain those funds over a period of time. And then we're budgeting $17,419,000 this next year to contribute trust revenues to contribute to the capital program. The airport's cash fund is categorized by our lines of business. You see administration. Commercial aviation is related to operations and security at Will Rogers World Airport. General aviation is for Wiley Post and Clarence E. Page Airport. We have several maintenance sections at all of our airports. And then property management and development line of business is our business and property divisions, and our planning and development, the architectural engineering and design and construction part. So total cash fund budget proposed next year of $17,722,000. We have changes in the budget from last year. We have annual increases in insurance, benefit, and salaries that are comprised of $619,000. We have small city-provided services increases or chargebacks from risk management, IT, airport police, and various administrative support. And we are asking for 4 new positions this year that just total $275,000 for the net change in the budget, $1,012,000. The airport's cash fund budget changes continue with our new positions. We're asking for an assistant municipal counselor, too, because of the level of workload and the complexity of the workload at the airport over the last few years. We're asking for an assistant administrative coordinator for our public information and marketing operation. And then aviation fuel systems technician. We've been shorthanded for a period of years now, and we're expending at least $25,000 a year in overtime, so we'd like to get some more support there. And then finally, to support the growing IT needs at the airport, to not only support the systems at the airport interfaces with the city systems, but the dozens of proprietary systems that the airport has to keep going 24/7, and the on-call services that we have to provide 24/7 as well. And that completes the budget presentation, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mark. Comments or questions from the trustees? What are the desire of the trustees?
Move the approved budget.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes. And it is approved. Moving on, director's report.
The only thing I have to report is we had a great April, 3.84% increase in passenger traffic compared to April of last year. And we can, I think, account for that through the variety of convention business that has been happening in Oklahoma City. And we know that May and June, in talking to the Convention and Visitors Bureau, is just going to get more and more. So business is quite good right now.
You had an opportunity to do a presentation within the last couple of weeks at the Mayor's Roundtable. How about briefing the trust on that, sir?
Sure. The Mayor's Roundtable was fortunate to be selected to participate in one of the lightning rounds, and we talked about the airport's development strategy overall the airport, but primarily focusing on the east side of the airport, and we have rolled out the name of that as Lariat Landing. And it was very well received. I got a lot of good feedback. Had some emails from consultants and construction companies that wanted to view more about that project, and we directed them to the website where we have the entire program strategy online and also the marketing strategy and the development standards. So I think it went very well.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments from the trustees? Let's move on. Will Rogers World Airport.
Item A is to approve change order 1 with Downey Contracting and LLC for the Flight Standards Building Roof Replacement and Building Envelope Repairs Project. This is at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center, adding 15 calendar days. Item B is to approve change order number 4 with United Mechanical Incorporated for the Senior Lean Mechanical System Replacement FY11 projects at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center. We're adding $26,024.39 and 51 calendar days to the contract. Item C is recommend the received the recommendation on the bids for the terminal pipe chase installation and repairs project, awarding to Diversified Construction Oklahoma for $103,500, approving contract and bonds. Item D is approve the final acceptance of the completed project with CGC LLC. This is to construct the detention basin across from AAR between Meridian and the terminal drive inbound lane. Item E is to approve the certificate of substantial completion with Do It Construction Company for the project to pave and construct the perimeter road around our east parallel runway. Item F is approving the request for bids submitted by staff for the terminal building carpet replacement project, advertising bids to be opened on June 18th. Item G is to approve the plans and project manual submitted by C.H. Guernsey and Company for painting AAR leased facilities and authorize advertisement for bids to be opened on June 18th. Item H is approving the plans and project manual submitted by C.H. Guernsey and Company to replace the fascia at Hangar 3, authorize advertising of bids to be opened June 18th. Item I is approving the plans and project manual submitted by C.H. Guernsey to replace the backup generator for the airfield at Will Rogers, authorizing advertisement for bids to be opened June 18th. Item J is approved change order number 1 with Libra Electric to replace and upgrade our airfield lighting control system. This is adding $41,482.54. Item K is accepting grant funds offered by the Federal Aviation Administration to acquire an aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicle. Item L is approving the agreements for work on the department property with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation related to the Portland Avenue realignment project. Item M is approving the fiber facilities relocation agreement with Indian Nation Fiber Optics also for the Portland realignment project. And item N is approve a surface and use agreement with the state of Oklahoma. This is with the Commissioner of Land Office, and this is also related to the Portland Avenue realignment project. Item O is approving Amendment 1 with Johnson & Associates to realign Portland Avenue from southwest 54th Street to a quarter mile southwest of 74th Street project, adding $41,660. Item P is approve Amendment Number 2 with C.H. Guernsey and Company for the consolidated rental car facility, adding $4,945. Item Q is to recommend approval of the contract award to TTK Construction Company for the Portland realignment project, southwest 74th Street to southwest 104th Street. This is in the amount of $5,867,651.49, and we are authorizing the transfer amount of $388,009.69 to the City of Oklahoma City in accordance with the participation agreement we have with the City Public Works Department so they can award the project. That's all the items under Will Rogers.
Thank you, sir. You've heard the items under Will Rogers. What are the trustees' desires?
Move item 5.
The motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, cast your votes. And item 5 is approved. Wiley Post and Clarence E. Page.
Item A is to approve the contract for professional services with Garver LLC for airfield lighting and electrical system improvements for $115,000. Item B is to approve change order number 1 and amendment number 1 with Libra Electric Company to install taxiway edge lights to other various airfield lighting and pavement rehabilitation and reconstruction, adding $13,897.61 in 70 calendar days at Clarence E. Page Airport. Item C is approve amendment number 1 to the environmental cost sharing and remediation agreement between Rockwell Automation Incorporated and Gulfstream Aerospace Corporation at Wiley Post Airport. Those are all the items for general aviation.
You've heard the items under general aviation. What are the trustees' desires?
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please cast your votes. And it's so done. General items.
Request for you received the delinquent accounts receivable report, the construction project status report as of May 23rd, and the budget to actual report as of April 30th. Item B is approve addendum number 1 to the 2013 annual pavement repairs and maintenance contract. Received staff recommendation regarding the bids awarding to Rudy Construction for an amount not to exceed $300,000 or 1 year, whichever occurs first, approving the contract and bonds. Item C is approve the audit contract with BKD to perform fiscal year 2012-13 annual audit of the Trust Fiscal Affairs and the Airport's Enterprise Fund, not to exceed $40,492. And last item D is to approve the annual financial work plan with the Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry. This is for wildlife services associated with our wildlife damage management program for all 3 airports. Amount is $158,733. That's all items under general.
You've heard the items under general. Trustees' desires? The motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, and is so ordered. Lease and other agreements.
Item A is to approve the supplement number 1 to the Uniform Water Agreement with the City of Yukon. This includes extra survey work and also updates certain language at Will Rogers World Airport. Item B and C is to approve lease agreements with Slipstream LLC for the lease of some lots at Clarence E. Page Airport for the construction of individual aircraft hangars to be used for the storage of privately owned aircraft. Item D is accept the assumption agreement and use guarantee for the sale of T-hangar units number 404 and 405E from John Eagleston to William Black. Item E is approve the revised payment schedule for Metro Technology Center School District number 22 for the lease period July 1st through June 30, 2014, in accordance with the lease agreement for their Aviation Career Center at Will Rogers. Item B is approving the early lease termination agreement for the hangar office lease agreement related to several lessees on the hangar agreement and the fuel storage facilities agreement at Wiley Post Airport for hangar number 4. And we had to do that in order to approve item G, which is approving the new hangar office agreement. Some of the parties changed hands, but we still have 6 entities that are going to be leasing the entire hangar 4 complex for $59,970.55 annually at Wiley Post. And then item H is the accompanying fuel storage facilities agreement with the same previous leases for their self-fueling operations. Item I is to approve the service agreement with Travelers Aid and Homeless Assistance Center, funding their full-time volunteer and also related expenses for $63,600 commencing July 1st for 1 year. Item J is approving the ground services agreement with BRE Amerisuites Properties LLC, doing business as Hyatt Place, Oklahoma City Airport. This is for a courtesy vehicle service retroactive to May 1st at Will Rogers. Item K is approving a lease and operations agreement with Anthony Randolph Plant and Clinton Randolph Plant. This is for the construction of a hangar and associated facilities for the aircraft storage and also certain specialized aviation service operations for lot number 17. This is the first development that we have in the Northeast Development Hangar at Wiley Post Airport, and there are a couple of others that we're in negotiations with leases on, and so we're eager to see that development take off now. That's all the leases, sir.
You've heard the items under lease agreements.
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please cast your votes. And is so done. Item 9.
Request approval of the requisitions.
We have a motion to approve. And a second. Any questions? Please cast your votes. And it is so approved. Item 10 is to move into executive session at the conclusion of our agenda. I would like to take a motion to do so, and then when we get through with comments from trustees, staff, and citizens, we will move into executive session if so approved.
Move to executive session. Second.
Motion is second. Please cast your votes. We will so do it. At this particular time, are there any comments from any of the trustees? Seeing none, any comments from staff? Any citizens wishing to be heard? We are adjourning into executive session.